All right, so welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. So it seems like this was really liked. Actually, I got 4 likes on YouTube, and there were moments last month when I didn't even have 4 people watching it. So yeah, I think I'll do one more episode, and this time I'm gonna do the EV sector. So we're gonna do a few auto manufacturers and a couple other related things, not necessarily cars, but still in the world. So look, if we're going to do EV, you got to start with the king, right? So let's take a look at Tesla. I'm doing a bit of a zoomed in view. Again, we're looking on the top with our moving averages, and then we'll get to the lower ones later. They don't look bad though, but again, we'll look at those in a second. So what do we see with Tesla? Look, where is the 8 actually? There's the 8. Okay, sorry, I didn't see it there. So where are we sitting at right now? We've actually been kind of riding the 20, which is pretty cool. So we broke the 8 right here. It made its first attempt at the 50. It clearly failed the 50. It looked like it was going to lose the 8 and the 20, but you know, the NASDAQ's been doing well, and obviously this is going to ride the NASDAQ pretty hard, right? So this day it looks like it got over the 8. We had a second day, which is great. And look, we always say get 2-day confirmation, right? So I would call this a 2-day confirmation breaking the 8. We've now held it. Look, it's a red day, but I kind of don't care actually. We're still over the 8, and it's the first day we've broken the 50. Then we get another 1-2 days over the 50, over the 8, and over the 20, which is fantastic. You're going to see this moving live on a couple charts. Again, there's some post-market activity happening right now, so it's obviously tracking live progress. Sorry. Whoop. One more thing to really look at. We can almost draw a really good channel here. So let me use my drawing tools. Where are they? One sec. I'm actually going to keep them here because I got a comment that some people really wanted to see the line. So I'm going to put one at this peak right here. That guy. Again, we're not looking for exact, but give or take, that looks good. So actually, and honestly, I really didn't know before I drew it. It looks like we actually tested this line at one point. So clearly did not get it, but hey, not too bad, right? So if we can break 773, you can almost even round it to 775, right? I like a good round number. If we can break that, there is almost no reason we shouldn't run to this 100 moving average line, or even as high as 860, or even a solid break of 850. We can again use some round numbers, right? So if we open nicely tomorrow, if we break 773, or hey, if we for whatever reason see a nice gap, you know, you can really ride that for what looks like at least not quite 10%. It's not really 70. Is it $70? It's close. 840 would be 70, but hey, a little more than 5% right there if we can break this line. So not too bad. And then again, just we talk about this on other videos, but look, there was a clear downtrend. It hasn't quite broken. I'd love more of an upward, but look, we're not continuing down anymore. We're now kind of doing what looks like, you know, it's still very tight, right? But hey, hopefully it does this and go up, right? So I'm going to keep the white horizontal line just in case you want to reference this later. But yeah, if we break this, I think I will also put a line here just to have it. Again, I would go with the 850 number. You know what I mean? Just keep it simple, stupid. Don't push it. Or if you want to even play it a little safer, what is this 100 moving average? 828, so 830. So just again, whatever your tolerances is, some people are different, and actually it looks like this lower end wick, 848. Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Let's just look at the other indicators real quick. I did get to that a little late last time. Nice, MACD, green is over red, which is perfect, and it looks like it's actually sloping up just a little bit. Let me get a nice little zoom, and then nice, RSI, same thing. Again, I think if we can get over this peak, that could be nice. Again, remember the RSI lives within 80 and 20, give or take, so it's a little higher. But hey, the Tesla's a big boy. Big boy or big girl, whatever you want to call it, but it can definitely move pretty well. So this was Tesla. Let's go to the next one. So this is Mullen. I'll tell you, I did really well with Mullen. I want to back it up because I actually live this. So Where was it? Hey, I actually think it was here. Let me just show you what things can look like when the moving averages break hard, right? So clearly this just disgusting drop. We've one attempt at breaking the 8 and down here. This was, you know, you can call it the first break of the 8, clearly fell again. Once this line broke, right, there's a couple ways you can do it. You can even come in right here, because this was a good, but yeah, you just want to like ride the 8, right? You'll come down, you'll catch it, you'll come down a little bit, but still over the 8, you know. And then as you start to lose it right here, once you really lose the 8 and the 20, don't touch this thing, right? We're nowhere in the 8. Don't come back. Don't come back. You get your first break of the 8, you know, you can see that this 20 is going to hold you down, so you can play it a couple different ways. And also, the movement of the market has a lot to do with it. So if you're watching my market videos, you should pair how the NASDAQ's doing with a NASDAQ-related stock, right? So this was in that really ugly month or couple months of the NASDAQ as well. So, but let's come to immediate, right? This actually does not have the same good look as the other one. So if you see here, we've actually been trading below the 8 for a number of days. It looks like there were a few attempts to break it, but I mean, we're clearly below the 8. There was a nice try up, but it got hammered down. We're well below the 50 and the 20. I personally would really stay away from this thing until we at least get over the 8. Mullen is a potential meme stock. I'm not the biggest fan of meme stocks unless we start to break my lines, right? But Mullen at the immediate, we haven't been above the 8. I need at least 2 days over the 8, right? We want to break it and then get confirmation. And then from there, maybe we'll consider Mullen. But Mullen not looking beautiful. Mullen's just kind of mulling around right here. We do see that the red is over the green. Hey, the green might be trying to take it over. We'll see what maybe a nice day or two in a row could do. But yeah, right now, nothing. And actually, the RSI is starting to climb. So hey, maybe there's a chance it gets a little bit. But again, look, the one nice day doesn't mean let's throw our money in here, right? So this thing's seen a couple nice days and then come down nicely. So overall big picture, let me just kind of, I mean, there's actually a couple happening here, right? So let me go back to the trend lines and then maybe we'll draw some horizontals. So this was clearly the first major downtrend, okay? We can roughly call it that. It tried to break it, but really it ended up making almost a second downtrend. The one good thing is, look, this is a hard slope. We're now starting to ease the slope out. Realistically, I could see something like that happening next. Obviously, we need some more time to happen before, hey, hopefully we get something like that. So Mullen, I'm still a little hesitant on. I think we need more than a few signals before this is even a potential buy. If you were itching for a line, I mean, maybe this one. What does this look like? No, that's not even a really good one. Honestly, that's probably, let me see, what does that look like? Let me lower it to that one then. I mean, I probably wouldn't touch this thing, again, using round numbers, until $1.25. I think if we can crack 125 and hold it, that'd be great. Clearly, if we can break this last line, this 100 moving average, wherever it may be, that's when, you know, we might fly back to a pretty high up line. So Mullen definitely needs a little more confirmation. So I have a few more tickers to do, and I'm spending too much time on the first two. So we're now We're now moving away from a car, and we're actually going to a technology. So this is LIDAR. Interesting. I'll be honest, I did not look at the chart before I came into this view. So what's happening with LIDAR? Actually, what I'm seeing is a pretty good thing. So look, again, this is the power of these lines, right? We're clearly trading under this 200. We're nicely going up the 8. We drop, the 20 saves us. We drop again. We can kind of say this thing saves us. We fail, but hey, end up coming up. We make what looks like a break, but then boom, we clearly lose it. And aside from this little test here and this little test here, we've clearly been under the 8 for a while. Let me zoom in because I do want to make sure. So yeah, this was the first day over the 8. This was the second day over the 8, the first day over the 20, and now we're actually over the 20 for 2 days. So there are only a few lines that I actually see in play here. So I'm going to make one right there. I'm going to make one, I think, right there. And I'm going to make one right there. So this looks like a very realistic climb for 250 to 275 to 3 to really what probably is 350. So watch LIDAR actually. This could have a nice healthy climb. That's a beautiful MACD. That's a beautiful RSI. I'll be honest, I didn't look at LIDAR before I made this video, but LIDAR looks pretty good. I actually might take a view on this on my better set of indicators, but believe me, what we're looking at is not a bad one at all. So yeah, LIDAR looking good. And again, nothing better than small lines to break versus, you know, these like giant gaps that are, you know, monumental. So that looks like a good healthy climb right there if it happens, right? Signs are kind of pointing to yes, I'll be honest, but if it happens. Tomorrow, we definitely want to at least open. Once you can break 236, I think that could be a nice confirmation. Get 237, and yeah, hopefully that bad boy climbs. LIDAR. This next one's also a technology. I believe this is a charging station. EvGo, nice. Look at this bad boy. So this is what you want to see, right? You get a break of the 8. Look, I realize that looks horrible, and that really could have scared off a lot of people to instantly sell, but you're still over the 8. You're holding your confirmation one more day. You're holding your confirmation one more day, and then boom, we start to make a run for the 20, and then nothing but confirmations and runs to the next lines, right? So at this point, we've broken that, which looks good. We've broken that, which looks good, and really, I'll put it here. I think 918 looks next, if not even just this blue 100 line right here. Look, I'll tell you, there's been a lot of people making a lot of money here, right? So you can see a potential dump. But yeah, I mean, look at that MACD, right? As the days go, it keeps going away from the red line in an upward slope. That's beautiful right there, right? If I was a painter, I'd paint that shit real quick. Again, same thing with the RSI. That's just sexy. So obviously, I wish we looked at this a little sooner. Don't get me wrong, but you can see what it looks like when you get a nice momentum, get nice distance away from the 8 and just kind of keep riding the 8 as it goes. So EvGo, keep on going. I think this next one, yes, like the LIDAR ticker we looked at, this is another tech. Hey, beautiful RSI, we're kind of going backwards. Hey, beautiful MACD, and again, look at what we're looking at. We have 1, 2, 3, 4-day break of the 8, and now it looks like a 2-day break of the 20. So these are some easy lines to draw here. Let's break this. Let's break that. And then really, I think I'll do this one. Yeah, it looks like it almost hits that. Okay, cool. I would call these the next tranches if it keeps going, but again, we did look at the lower indicators, but yeah, really, except for Mullen, the EV sector is looking good. And again, NASDAQ's doing well, so look at some tech stocks, right? That's hopefully an easy connection for you guys to make. The last one I wanted to look at, we're going to end with a car, is Solo. So Solo is a Canadian car manufacturer. So what are we looking at here? Again, kind of the same story, just not as loud. So I'm going to actually zoom out a little bit to give a full picture. We haven't been anywhere near the 50 since early, since early April. From there, nowhere near the 50, maybe a little bit, but nowhere near the 50, right? The first test comes here. Clearly we fail it. The 20 catches us, and look, we are now over the 50, and this is the first time we had 2 days over the 50. And we've talked about this little shape right here, right, before. So if you've seen some past videos, hopefully these are starting to connect the dots, and you're learning as I'm making these, right? But a lot of positivity happening here. And again, that looks great. That looks great. Let's make some lines for solo. So what I do want to happen is we're gonna need to break. I think this is a good little cluster here. I think this is a, all right. This is the first one. I'm gonna go with that. I'm okay with this. I think this is a good line. Break 156, you can call it 155 if you wanna look at the next round number. And then hopefully, what is this line at? That's there, and then what are you at? That's there. Okay, I think these are some healthy tranches here. And it does look like the 170 lines up with that 100 moving, so I'm good with that. These look like the lines for solo. So again, it does look like the stock talks are taking closer to 15 minutes than that 8-10 minute mark with the other videos, but I hope you're learning. I hope you're being safe with your money. Again, these aren't daily. I did oil yesterday, so make sure you watch these when I'm not making these videos if you put any money in this. Not any sort of recommendation to make a buy, but hey, I'll tell you what I see and if I like it or not. Hey, I really hope you're enjoying these videos. Again, I can't believe how many likes I got on the last one, and it was only 4, but trust me, that made me really excited. But yeah, subscribe, like, whatever you want to do, but come back. I hope you watch the next one.